partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. How's y'all doing on this My Mistakes Monday? You say My Mistakes Monday? What you talking about, bro? We gonna get into it, but before we do that, what's good? People like he, ha, ha, Ken, and the pen, all my folks incarcerated, all my folks who went, everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep that head up, keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. We gonna get through it to get to it. You know what I'm talking about, man? Uh, where was I at? I don't know the world round, man. Worldwide INC. You know what I'm talking about? Bro, lost his train of thought. Worldwide Incorporated. What you say, bro? Worldwide. I ain't gonna say what that man. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Everybody included, bro. You know what I'm talking about? It means everybody, bro. Come on. Everybody, you welcome over here, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Whether you a mark or not, we gonna try to get you together. You know what I'm talking about, man? We gonna try to get you together, don't worry about it. You know what I'm talking about? But it goes for everybody. And Dugu, Mike, you know what I'm talking about? Cutthroat, Lil Rue, not Lil Rue, Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player, that's who comes next. You know what I'm talking about? Seen Yay Yay yesterday, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Yay Yay, man. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm gonna tell you something, man. And that's what's just good about when there's good people around, bruh. I went to go check on my other partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? And once I got there, my other partner was there, man. Coffee Chronicles. Good people have a habit of just meeting up. You know what I'm talking about? Good circle. You know what I'm talking about? I see you, man. Oh, we had a good. We had a time, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out. But yeah, man. Just everybody incarcerated in the world, man. You know what I'm talking about? Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Now let's get through these disclaimers. Mama said, brush them whiskers when you on TV, man. Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no drug usage. Don't promote no drug sellage. Don't promote no alcohol consumption. Don't take a sip of the sippage. Good brother like myself, I'm not prejudiced. Oh, hold on, I always mess that up. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no crime. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no right, we by that window, man. I don't promote no crime. I don't promote no violence. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, I don't promote no domestic violence. Keep your hands off the people. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no negativity. No. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, man. I don't promote shit. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to me, man. I don't promote shit. You know what I'm talking about? All I promote is y'all go ahead, do what you're gonna do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we just don't know how much of it we got, man. But a good brother like myself, man, I'm not prejudiced. No, man. Good brother like myself, man, I ain't got nothing against the sexually different, man. No. Good brother like myself, I ain't got nothing against the little people, man. No, man. Me, man, I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to me, man. I just love me some everybody. As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? And that love. What you say, bro? That love back to YouTube community. You with me? All right, check it out. Psst, 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 psst. Come fuck with a nigga one time. Let me go put some smoke on it. To put some smoke on it. You know what I'm talking about, man. What's good with the people? How's y'all doing on this My Mistakes Monday, man? You say My Mistakes Monday? Yeah, that's what we talking about. Shout out to everybody who don't exercise but finna run to the dope spot real quick. You know, I'll be right back. I see you, man. Fuck it, man. Yo, talk about they say, bro, what's good with it? My Mistake Monday. You say My Mistake Monday, man? What is you talking about, bro? That right there, My Mistake. You say, bro, man, can you elaborate a little bit? Yeah, man, My Mistake Monday. Uh, do you realize that's what life is about, bro? It's about living and learning. It's about getting it right. It's about making mistakes. It's about doing. It's a process, folks. You get what I'm saying? And while you living this life, bro, it's gonna continue to be a process. The process ain't gonna never be over until it's over. You get what I'm saying? You still gonna be learning. You gonna be doing all this. Because see where I think where we fuck up at is especially us, man. We fuck off our younger years. You get what I'm saying? For some reason, man, when we young, we just think we gonna live forever, or like we think the game work like that. where like you could do hella shit when you young, and then like you gonna live long enough to correct your, and it just don't work like that, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Now I know it takes longer than it takes some longer than others to come around and shit. It took me hella long to come around, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't have good sense until my late 30s, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't start getting no sense till around 36, 37, a little bit of it. You know what I'm talking about? But up until then, bruh, nigga was just running wild around this motherfucker. Not trying to hear none of that shit. You know what I'm talking about? But we'll do that, bro. We'll act like we could just fuck off our younger years. You know what I mean? Like our younger years, we act like our younger years is for us to fuck off. And you don't really want to do like that, bro. To keep it real, the moment you realize you got some sense, you might want to start making your plans from that point on right there. The moment you realize you got some sense, that's when it's best to start making your plans and shit. But one of the mistakes we make is like we act like our younger years is for us to fuck off. We act like we supposed to experiment and use all these drugs and shit in our younger years. Then, like what you do in your younger years, bro, is gonna fuck with you when you get older. The shit you do is just gonna follow you, folks. So it's not like, but the way we feel, niggas, like you automatically just get the fuck off your teens and your 20s and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like you get the fuck your whole. Then when you get about 35, now you can start getting it right. Life don't work like that, bro. It don't. I know it. That's what you see, but that shit ain't like that. Coffee Chronicles. The moment you get some sense, bruh, you should start making your plans and shit right then and there for the betterment of yourself. Because really, if we was smart, we would just work hella hard when we was young, bruh. And when we old, we'd just be, we could just kick on back. You know what I'm talking about? You still wouldn't have to work so hard. You get what I'm saying? Because it don't make no sense to be 65 years old still at Walmart in front of that motherfucker with the Salvation Army bell or something. They're just working in Walmart, bruh. Like, you don't want to be old out here dealing with this public, bruh. You don't. Them two things don't even go together, folks. You know how disrespectful the world is, bro. Don't nobody give a fuck about no old people. And then old people, they don't get it. You get what I'm saying? Old people, hella funny. If you don't agree with an old person, they figure that's disrespect. If you question an old person, they say that's disrespect. Old people play more games than the kids. Because they set in their ways and they just want you to sit around. See, old people do this shit. I'm older, so you got to listen to me. Like the age makes you in charge of somebody. You'll never get me with that one. Better go sit your old ass down somewhere, man. You know what I'm talking about? That's what you better do fucking with Brett, man. Because I'm not just going to agree with your ass because you old. I'm not. Especially if you saying some dumb shit. Because some old people get on my nerves about that goddamn Bible. They do. Old people, not all old people, but what's fucked up about old people, they closer to the master's teachings. So old people be sitting around this motherfucker with a lot of that old brainwashing ass mumbo jumbo they grew up with. You'll be surprised, bruh. I done been down south. I done been around some old people who's just scared of white people. Terrified of white people. You know what I'm talking about? That's a fucked up brainwashing. That's that Mr. Johnson ice water is colder than yours. I mean, Mr. Johnson ice is colder than yours. You know what I'm talking about? But my mistakes Monday. You say, bro, how we get to my mistakes? Because nowadays we try to get out of our mistakes. My mistakes Monday. So it's like you never end up with a mistake. And this is one of the psychological ways y'all fuck y'all self up. On some real shit. I say, bro, how is that? Because when you do something, folks, you realize you actually did that. But what we fuck up at is we try to talk you out of what we did, bruh. So in our mind, we don't hold ourselves responsible either. All that shit you telling yourself how it wasn't your fault and all that, you start to believe that shit. You get what I'm saying? So you don't never see where is your fault at. My mistake Monday. Coffee Chronicles. And when you can't see where you made the mistake at, you're going to keep on making them. Because it ain't never you. You get what I'm saying? My Mistake Monday. And one of the biggest mistakes that we make on this motherfucking thing called Earth right here is we don't know how to gauge when we wrong. We don't know how to gauge when we doing too much. We don't know how to gauge when we need to shut up. See, it's cool watching everybody else and living the life, telling everybody else what everybody else doing. That's fine and dandy, bruh. But when are you gonna get to yourself? Because whatever you talking about them other people, man, that ain't got nothing to do when you should have shut up. See, them other people, that shit don't got nothing to do when you should have spoke up for yourself. See, other people has nothing to do with what you should have actually did. But now, that's how we change the topic on what we should have did. We talk about other people. We gonna talk about what they should have did. Coffee Chronicles. My Mistake Monday. And in this society today, bro, we living in a day where you could get, it don't never have to be your fault. You could continuously make it somebody else's fault. And I keep telling you that where that hinders you at is because you get to believe in that shit yourself. So all them lies, you get to believe in your own lies, and you really believe that it was this person's fault. You really believe that this shit started because this motherfucker hauled off and knocked the shit out you. And in your mind, they just shouldn't have hit you. But we not going to rewind the tape, go back on the footage, and you not going to rewind how you was just talking to these people and how these people asked you to leave them the fuck alone numerous of times. How these people right here even tried to get away from you numerous of times, and you just kept on and you just kept on. So you going to leave that part out right there. And that's the part that needs to be corrected right there, your actions. You get what I'm saying? Stop jumping up in people's face. And this one right here, this will get me to the day I die. Y'all be jumping up in people's faces and ain't ready to do nothing. Y'all be doing all that huffing and puffing just to huff and puff. You jumps in the motherfucker face just for all that huffing and puffing. Y'all done got 2 views. It's a kind of a fucked up flick too, man. You know what I'm talking about? But I know y'all seen this shit floating around. This shit been happening, but for some reason it's just catching traction. But when them niggas was on the podcast or whatever and they was arguing and the nigga on the couch was sitting down, he was just looking at the other nigga, waiting for that nigga to get out of position so he could hit him with that hook. Now this is what I mean, bruh. My Mistake Monday. We done got in a world where you so used to just running your motherfucking mouth, you can't even comprehend when a situation might be dangerous. You so used to looking at this camera and shit right here. You talking to invisible people when you need to be watching these real people around you. You steadily trying to keep up with the show. You get what I'm saying, bro? We done got too comfortable with this shit. My Mistake Monday, bro. We done got so comfortable living in the world where niggas just talking shit like you be surprised when some action happen. You know what I'm talking about? You still in character. Somebody else really mad, man, then hauled off and teed off on your ass. And you steadily talking. You done got teed off on talking, trying to hold the audience. Trying to hold the audience, bruh. That's why I tell you these times dangerous, bruh. You don't never know what another nigga thinking. You don't never know what another nigga thinking, folks. I don't even know why we play like that. But you know what? I ain't never seen nobody do that to Adam or Vlad. Coffee Chronicles. Y'all want to really go viral? Get up on Vlad or Adam 22 like that and hit him with a hook. I don't promote no violence. You know what I'm talking about? Mr. Beast or what's the other nigga name? Top YouTubers. I ain't seen nobody cold cocking a white person yet. I ain't. You really want a moment? Oh, that'll put you over the top right there. Get up on Vlad or Adam 22. I guarantee you. That's the kind of traction you looking for. I guarantee you get up on one of them niggas, bruh. And cold cock one of them niggas. I don't promote no violence. Oh, that'll take your shit to the tip top. I ain't bullshitting with you. Let's stop doing each other, folks. Please. Please. But my mistake Monday, man. We living in the coldest world right here, bro. Like, and it just amazes me. I've been talking to motherfuckers in the last couple of days out of nowhere. I told you when a motherfucker needs you, they'll find you, won't they? And it's just funny to me how other people operate. And like, I ain't never been like this, bro. Now, I done kicked in the survival mode. You get what I'm saying? But I'm still a real nigga in survival mode. You get what I'm saying? I don't get in survival mode and start stealing and shit. Start getting bundles and not paying niggas back. I don't get scandalous, bro. Coffee Chronicles. I ain't bullshitting you, bro. I'm one of the people, if you ever did something for me, bro, probably got some love for you forever. If you ever helped me when I needed it, nigga, bro, probably got some love for you forever, nigga. A little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, bro, probably got some love for you forever. You know what I'm talking about? But and once again, if I ever really needed it, my mistake Monday, because something else I think we do. I think we done got so used to just asking for shit. I think that we don't even try our hardest to get through our problems. I think soon as the problem arises, we start crying about our problem. I'm trying to put guilt trips on people and shit. I ain't never understood. Can we stop doing that, people? Look, you got your life just like I got my life, folks. We just do. Can you stop acting like somebody else is obligated to come be on your time, folks? That's why in life it's very important that you make decisions, bruh. That's gonna better you while you walking around this motherfucker, bruh. You get what I'm saying? Because we waste a lot of time doing shit, other shit. And then we like to get real serious when shit start getting important. You know what I'm talking about? We get real serious when shit start getting important. Now all of a sudden it's time to be serious. Come on, bruh. The decisions you make in life, bruh, is your decision making, bruh, is based on like you supposed to make some good decisions when you young, bruh. That's going where when you get older, bruh, you can live in harmony. It you can make it light on yourself when you older, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? But if you spent the whole life fucking people over and whatever the fuck it is you've been doing, bruh, and this is what y'all don't get, folks. Your reputation will precede you. Your reputation will precede you. And then motherfucker, then y'all will act like it's something other than you. You know what I'm talking about? Then you'll start putting labels on people talking about they acting funny and all this shit they don't want to do, but you leave out the part the shit you've been doing for years. Your reputation precedes you. So for years you've been fucking people over and you've been doing hellish shit. So you do that shit for so long, I'm telling you, you will run out of people. And guess what happened? Then you fuck around and get to live. You know what I'm talking about? You start getting older and older, but your reputation, you've been fucking people over, so don't nobody want to deal with that shit. You told on yourself. Then you want to act like don't nobody want to fuck with you or something. No, it ain't that. Motherfucker tired of your shit. They been tired of your shit. See, if you was a little bit more honest, you wouldn't in all that bullshit, it'd just be better. You get what I'm saying? It would just be better. That's why the decisions and shit you make, bruh, the motherfuckers is gonna follow you for a lifetime. If y'all only knew, bruh, how much, bruh, Man, it ain't none of y'all business. But nigga, if you only knew the shit Brennan had to go through dealing just being there, folks. Just being there, folks. I told you, and once I started getting to the bottom of what my real problem was, it was me. Just like when you get to the real problem of what your problem is, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be the shit that you like to do. It's gonna be the decisions that you make. It's gonna be all that little shit, but you're gonna have to keep it real with yourself. You're gonna have to tell yourself shit like, you know what? I might need to just stick to this weed. I might need to stop snorting this powder. I might need to back up off this heroin. I might need to stop drinking. But when you start going over yourself, folks, your problem gonna have to deal with you. It doesn't deal with anybody else. It's about what you need to stop doing and what you need to start doing. Coffee Chronicles. Go put some smoke on him. Put some smoke on him. You know what I'm talking about? That thing. I know that thing hot right there, man. You know what I'm talking about? My mistakes Monday, man. No, we ain't gonna never keep it real with ourselves. Because really, if you ask me, it seems like we allergic with keeping it real with ourselves. See, we could keep it real with you. There's nothing wrong with that. It's easy for us to come out and tell you exactly, you know what I'm talking about? It's easy for us to do that shit too, you know what I'm talking about? We could come tell you real blunt, you know what I'm talking about? Real bold. We could tell you exactly what you need to do and stop doing. We don't get that bold with ourselves though. You know, with ourselves, we get to tiptoeing around ourselves. We be real strong with somebody else's business though. We could sit there, you know what I'm talking about, have debates, talk about this shit for damn near 3 months, but another motherfucker needs to doing what they doing. When it's time for you to go over yourself though, you can't do that. You tiptoe around them subjects. Because you're not going to look at yourself. You're not. So you're going to tell yourself everything you want to do, you're going to make a reason for it. Even if it's some fuck shit. You know what I'm talking about? My mistakes Monday, man. But just us as people, we don't know how to, you don't know how to go over your own mistakes made. You know what I'm talking about? It's almost like losing a boxing match, bruh. You know, when a boxer lose, you got to go back, watch the tape and shit, and you got to go over what you did wrong. You know what I'm talking about? Where you should have maybe parried, slipped, and you know what I'm talking about? But you got to watch the tape, and you got to look at that shit and see what you did wrong to come up with a new game plan. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I love Holyfield. He was one of the only motherfuckers I seen lose and come back and win fights and shit. But he was one of the only motherfuckers I seen lose and still fought as hard. It was almost like he got old, then he was just, you know what I'm talking about? But I'm talking about as a youngster, man. He was one of the only motherfuckers I seen lose fights and didn't get deterred, nigga. Still was fighting hard as a motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Do y'all realize Holyfield should have never beat Riddick Bowe? Do you realize that? And that nigga got the best Riddick Bowe. Because Riddick Bowe was the best big man I ever seen. But I think Riddick Bowe was scared of Lennox Lewis or something, bro. It was something in his mind about Lennox Lewis, though. Because that was the only nigga I just didn't see him, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know what it was, but I think Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis must have had his card or something, man. I'm telling you, because I don't know. I would have loved to see that fight, though. I think Riddick Bowe would have knocked him out because Lennox Lewis just never had no chin. But they'll take that shit away from Lennox Lewis because, I don't know, he was just big. I don't want to say he was fighting skilled. That nigga could fight, though. That nigga had a hell of a jab. It was so hard to try to get in on that nigga, man. That nigga had a long-ass jab. Them niggas was just big, bro. Them niggas was like 260 plus. You know what I'm talking about? And to keep it real, that ain't even no fair fight. The nigga Holyfield was like 211, nigga, 212, 15 at the highest. I don't even think I seen Holyfield weigh. I might have seen that nigga weigh 220, 223 or so. But I don't even think I seen Holyfield heavier than 223 or something like that. Not no young Holyfield. But he was one of the only motherfuckers I ever seen lose and get his ass whooped, knocked out or something. You get what I'm saying? But he never lost his fight. That nigga fought hard. You know what I'm talking about? He never lost his fight. It ain't like them losses did nothing to him. Coffee Chronicles. My mistakes. Monday. But you got to be like that, folks. It's like a Tom Brady, nigga. Fuck the interception you threw, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? But that's the world we living in, bruh. You could have 20 touchdowns, but you'll sit there and be crying about the interception you threw. You could have 20 touchdowns in one game and threw one interception, but you gonna sit there all day, nigga, and cry about the interception. Coffee Chronicles. You ain't gonna even be happy about the 20 touchdowns. Because everybody talking about that pick six you threw. Fuck what everybody talking about, bruh. It don't even matter what everybody talking about as long as you ain't. You ain't talking about that shit. Everybody could be talking about the interception you threw as long as you talking about them touchdowns, though, bruh. Because they always going to find the interception you threw. Even if you got 25 touchdowns in one game, they going to make the interception, the pick six you threw, they going to make that bigger than the 25 touchdowns. Even though ain't nobody ever did that shit before. Everybody done threw a pick six. Not everybody, but you get what I'm saying. That shit happened. 25 touchdowns in the game don't. But they gonna try to make your fuck up bigger than your accomplishment. My mistakes Monday, man. Go over yourself, people. Don't be one of these motherfuckers out here irresponsible for yourself. Cause people hella funny, bruh. Do you realize a motherfucker will go get married just not to be homeless? Do you realize that? We living in that day right there, bro, where people use other people as a, I don't know, nigga. It's like people use people as stepping stones, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? You just looking for what, and I ain't even so much talking about money, but like people, we don't, like y'all don't know how to be genuine no more. We don't know how to be genuine no more. We come around and like, we, not everybody, just the people who do this. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to say ulterior motives, but that's what it is, technically. But everybody got them. It ain't just like one motherfucker got them and then, no, like two motherfuckers meet. Both of these motherfuckers got something that they trying to use the other motherfucker for. And I just don't get that, bruh. But this society we living in, they tell you to do shit like that. You ever, like ran in or see one of these bitches out here talking to something? Or, and the motherfucker be like, you have to add on to my life. And if you're not going to add on and all this shit, man, I don't even know you, bitch. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even know you. Y'all got all these conversations, like a lot of this shit just way too soon. I don't even know if I like you. I understand what you talking about. You get what I'm saying? And that's fine. You can want whatever you want to. But what you don't get, somebody else gotta want that shit. You can't just force that shit on somebody. You can't force that shit on everybody. Somebody else gotta want that shit, bro. Now you can have all the standards and boundaries and all that shit you want to. Somebody else gotta want that shit. Here, you get what I'm saying? So all that shit don't do you no good. You can have all that shit, but if don't nobody want that shit, you just gonna have that shit. You gonna have that shit all to yourself. You know what I'm talking about? But it's just crazy, man. I'm telling you, a motherfucker will find you when they need you. And just start talking about some shit from, you know what I'm talking about, man? I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. I ain't seen you in 10 years. Man, I mean, more power to you, but look, man, please. I'm not finna get involved in that. You know what I'm talking about, bro? Please. And that should just be funny, folks. It do. And I'm just here to tell you on my mistakes, bro. You gonna have to correct your mistakes, bro. You gonna have to find out where your mistakes at inside you, and you gonna have to correct them, bro. Because walking around this motherfucking using other people as slack, that shit only gonna work until it don't. You know what I'm talking about? Everything work until it don't, bro. That's just like if you out here, you one of these killing ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about? You get away with that shit until you don't, folks. Everything you do, that shit work until it don't, folks. And that's how you end up losing yourself. That's how you end up getting lost inside yourself. Coffee Chronicles. Nephew says old man, old lady. Nephew says old man, old lady. What you say, bro? Old lady. Yeah, that's how you get lost inside yourself, man. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshitting with you. My mistakes. And just as a person, man, I hope that you can go over yourself. I hope you one of them people that can keep it real with yourself and see what you need to stop doing. Like, other people ain't so important. You get what I'm saying? It don't even matter what they need to do or don't need to do. Like, I hope you one of them people that could just look yourself in the mirror and make self-adjustments. Because if you're not, you're going to have a long life, folks. And I was always able to do some shit like that. I told you how my daddy used to fuck with it. And I still had a long life. You know what I'm talking about? Just because of the decisions I made. And all that, everything on My Mistake Monday, bro, that's the one right there. It's like we don't want to be responsible for the decisions we make. We don't want to be responsible for the shit that we choose to do, folks. Somehow, we want you to care more about the shit we do than we do. It's like my job right up the street. I could walk to my job about 6 minutes. But I call you for a ride. Coffee Chronicle. Because I really don't be walking nowhere. You know what I'm talking about? I get rides. Yeah, I ain't with the walking, you know what I'm talking about? So somehow, if you don't come give me a ride and I'm late for work, I'm gonna blame it on you. When I could have just walked to work. But I don't be walking. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna be late for work until I can find somebody who gonna give me a ride right up the street. That's the shit we do, folks. That's the shit we do, bruh. If I ain't never told you nothing else, bruh. The earlier you get some sense and you start understanding shit, the better. At that moment right there, you can start formulating your plan. If you ain't got no sense yet, I mean, see what you get. You know what I'm talking about? See what you get. But the decisions you make gonna last you a lifetime, folks. That's why it's good to get a hold of that shit as soon as you can, folks. Because if you don't, and God say the same and let you live, bruh, the older you get, the more people you gonna start blaming about what ain't right about you. I ain't bullshitting with you. The older you get, the more the world gonna get blamed, the politics gonna get blamed. The people up the street selling drugs, everybody gonna start getting blamed for the condition you in. That's why it's kind of like when you able and healthy body and shit, bruh, it's better to get your hard work out the way then. So you could just kick on back when you get older. For some reason, we got it the other way around. Like, we just gonna party our young years and work hella hard when we get old. I don't know. Nephew says old man, old lady. Nephew says old man, old lady. Hey, what'd you say, bro? Old lady. I ain't bullshitting with you. You know what I'm talking about? My mistakes Monday. But it's people we don't like to see our mistakes. No, it ain't never my mistake. It's always you. You know what I'm talking about? Then I could do something and I'm still going to come over here and tell you where your mistake at. I ain't going to go over what I did because that's not important. What's important is how you reacted after I did some fuck shit. That's what we got to talk about. Y'all something straight out of the comic book. My mistakes Monday. But you can keep on going over that shit and not paying attention to that shit and keep on telling yourself in your head that wasn't my fault and all that. And that's just fine. But you gonna run yourself into some shit where you ain't gonna be able to talk. Like, just talking to yourself, you gonna get in some real trouble. You gonna get in a real situation. You really gonna get hurt. You gonna be in some fucked up shit. And you not that just talking to yourself about what you ain't did and all that. That's not gonna work. You know what I'm talking about? Because you really gonna have to face the consequences for whatever the fuck you was into. It's gonna be one of them times you can't just talk to yourself and ease the blow, soften the blow. Like, you know what? Yeah, that was their fault. You ain't gonna be able to do that. Because you gonna be in some shit. Because most of the time, that's what it seems like we like. And I think that's why we be running in groups and shit. Because it's almost like you want somebody to pick up the slack for you. You know what I'm talking about? Wherever you slacking at, it's almost like you want somebody to pick up the slack for you. It's almost like motherfuckers using drugs. Like, you don't really want your own spot, so somehow you done wiggled up in these other people's spot, and you just up in there using drugs. You ain't really paying no rent, no lights, or nothing. You just up in there using drugs. But somehow you live with them. Coffee Chronicles. Once again, you got to be responsible for yourself, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you got to be responsible for yourself. And I know we living in the days where we just love to do what the fuck we want to do. And fuck you, and you can't tell me nothing. Only God can judge me and all that shit. And that's cool, fine, and dandy, man. But whatever you want to do, you got to be able to accept the consequences that come with that. My mistakes, Monday. You know what I'm talking about? Because you don't get to go do what you want to do, then cry about it when it's bad. And everybody else fucked up because they ain't helping you out. And that's just one of our biggest flaws. We don't like to listen. We don't like to listen, and we like to cry when shit don't go right. You know what I'm talking about? We don't like to listen, and we like to cry when shit don't go right. But let shit go right. We gonna be up here high side. We gonna be telling you how you broke and you ain't doing it like us. And how all you motherfuckers is haters, and we gonna be doing all that shit right there. My mistakes Monday. You better stop looking for where somebody else made a mistake at and understand where you made one at. Because other people, whatever mistake they made or whatever the fuck they did, they live in their life. And you gotta live yours. You know what I'm talking about? So once again, you could walk around this motherfucker and do all that shit you've been doing since you was a kid. I ain't did that. They had that coming in and come up with your own reasons for that bullshit, bruh. But that shit only gonna hinder your growth. I keep telling you, folks, you, just you. You only gonna do two things. You only gonna do two things when it comes to you, bruh. You either gonna do some shit that advance yourself, or you gonna do some shit that keeps you stagnated, bruh. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be either or. The way you moving, you either gonna advance yourself, bruh, or you gonna stagnate yourself and keep yourself inside whatever you inside of, folks. There's only two things you gonna do for yourself. So you can sit around this motherfucker on My Mistake Monday and act like it ain't you, and act like because everybody go to now is the other people is perfect. Everybody go to now is somebody else. Like right now, nigga, you can sit here and kick the shit out of a dog. And when they come ask you about it, bruh, we gonna take this conversation somewhere else. We ain't gonna never get to the bottom of why you just kicked the dog. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't gonna never get to the bottom of that. Bruh, why you just kicked that dog? Man, what the fuck is you talking about, man? Ain't nobody said nothing to you when you ran away from the police. Bruh, what the fuck is you talking about? The dog, though, folks. That's what I'm saying. You perfect. You know what I'm talking about? And all that shit right there. Just like the bitch. Baby mama season, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. It's gonna be just like the bitch. It ain't gonna never be what the fuck you just did. It's gonna be man, I don't know, folks. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta be responsible for yourself. Cause you can lie to everybody else, but I told you can't lie to the universe. You can lie to yourself. You can't lie to the universe, bruh. What you put in this motherfucker is what you gonna get back up out this motherfucker, folks. You know what I'm talking about? So as long as you know what you into and you could accept the consequences, that's cool, folks. But if you want them motherfuckers running around here and responsible for yourself, folks, and you act like it's everything and everybody else, bruh, you know what I'm talking about? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Nigga, something straight out of the comic book. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody else responsible for you, folks. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna have to make the best decisions for yourself. And if you don't, bro, you can't savor the favor off nobody else's good decisions. You can't sit there and look at everybody else and the way they moving and the shit they doing and act like you being left out, bro. Because you got the same amount of hours in the motherfucking day. You know what I'm talking about? You could do something instead of running around this motherfucker talking about it ain't your fault, blaming everybody else and just talking about everybody else. You could do something to get on your motherfucking nickels, bro, and be activated and running around this motherfucker doing whatever it is you doing. You don't have to sit back and watch everybody else. You know what I'm talking about? You can make some good decisions for yourself instead of using the motherfuckers on what somebody else doing. You know what I'm talking about? But what do I know? Only you could prevent forest fires, man. Him with that one right there. If you don't remember nothing else, always remember it don't cost nothing. Just to show a little bit of that love.